Don't tell lies. Don't tell lies.
Please close the door quietly.
Please close the door quietly. Please close the door quietly.
He's very angry with you.
He's very angry with you. He's very angry with you.
Do you like black cats?
Do you like black cats? Do you like black cats?
The knife is not sharp.
The knife is not sharp. The knife is not sharp.
The policeman was off duty.
The policeman was off duty. The policeman was off duty.
I am going to start.
I am going to start. I am going to start.
He often makes people angry.
He often makes people angry. He often makes people angry.
It's the 3rd of October.
It's the 3rd of October. It's the 3rd of October.
I like that young man.
I like that young man. I like that young man.
This book isn't worth reading.
This book isn't worth reading. This book isn't worth reading.
English is difficult to learn.
English is difficult to learn. English is difficult to learn.
I caught 3 fish yesterday.
I caught 3 fish yesterday. I caught 3 fish yesterday.
I awoke from a dream.
I awoke from a dream. I awoke from a dream.
How old is your grandfather?
How old is your grandfather? How old is your grandfather?
Why are you so late?
Why are you so late? Why are you so late?
Please pass me the butter.
Please pass me the butter. Please pass me the butter.
I looked for the key.
I looked for the key. I looked for the key.
Hey, where are you going?
Hey, where are you going? Hey, where are you going?
All of us were silent.
All of us were silent. All of us were silent.
The chili burnt my tongue.
The chili burnt my tongue. The chili burnt my tongue.
She had just turned 12.
She has just turned 12. She has just turned 12.
I returned home by train.
I returned home by train. I returned home by train.
Don't leave the window open.
Don't leave the window open. Don't leave the window open.
You were wrong after all.
You were wrong after all. You were wrong after all.
The telephone rang several times.
The telephone rang several times. The telephone rang several times.
Hold on to the rope.
Hold on to the rope. Hold on to the rope.
May I try it on?
May I try it on? May I try it on?
Get me a chair, please.
Get me a chair, please. Get me a chair, please.
I can ride a horse.
I can ride a horse. I can ride a horse.
Can I use this bike?
Can I use this bike? Can I use this bike?
I've lost a little weight.
I've lost a little weight. I've lost a little weight.
He took off his glasses.
He took off his glasses. He took off his glasses.
I speak a little Japanese.
I speak a little Japanese. I speak a little Japanese.
Have you ever seen a panda?
Have you ever seen a panda? Have you ever seen a panda?
I stayed up late last night.
I stayed up late last night. I stayed up late last night.
I'm too busy to help him.
I'm too busy to help him. I'm too busy to help him.
Any day will do, except Monday.
Any day will do, except Monday. Any day will do, except Monday.
We didn't know what to do.
We didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do.
We live near a big library.
We live near a big library. We live near a big library.
I am accustomed to cold weather.
I am accustomed to cold weather. I am accustomed to cold weather.
There is no smoke without fire.
There is no smoke without fire. There is no smoke without fire.
Which company do you work for?
Which company do you work for? Which company do you work for?
Where will you have lunch today?
Where will you have lunch today? Where will you have lunch today?
My telephone is out of order.
My telephone is out of order. My telephone is out of order.
I wish I earned more money.
I wish I earned more money. I wish I earned more money.
Elephants live in Asia and Africa.
Elephants live in Asia and Africa. Elephants live in Asia and Africa.
There is no hope of success.
There is no hope of success. There is no hope of success.
She's practicing the violin now.
She is practicing the violin now. She is practicing the violin now.
My father died of lung cancer.
My father died of lung cancer. My father died of lung cancer.
We thought that you were married.
We thought that you were married. We thought that you were married. When did you see them first?
We found out where he lives.
We found out where he lives. We found out where he lives.
The new museum is worth visiting.
The new museum is worth visiting. The new museum is worth visiting.
He knows nothing about the plan.
He knows nothing about the plan. He knows nothing about the plan.
My brother can read English.
My little brother can read English. My little brother can read English.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
I'll be back in a wink.
I'll be back in a wink. I'll be back in a wink.
Do you want to sit down?
Do you want to sit down? Do you want to sit down?
What time do we leave tomorrow?
What time do we leave tomorrow? What time do we leave tomorrow?
This book is not for sale.
This book is not for sale. This book is not for sale.
She wears a lot of makeup.
She wears a lot of makeup. She wears a lot of makeup.
They forgot to lock the door.
They forgot to lock the door. They forgot to lock the door.
You really shouldn't use pirated software.
You really shouldn't use pirated software. You really shouldn't use pirated software.
I heard someone calling my name.
I heard someone calling my name. I heard someone calling my name.
This is too easy for him.
This is too easy for him. This is too easy for him.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo?
Have you ever seen a kangaroo? Have you ever seen a kangaroo?
Add a little sugar and cream.
Add a little sugar and cream. Add a little sugar and cream.
Where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
I want someone to talk to.
I want someone to talk to. I want someone to talk to.
He has got a good camera.
He has got a good camera. He has got a good camera.
Have you seen my glasses anywhere?
Have you seen my glasses anywhere? Have you seen my glasses anywhere?
Where have you been this week?
Where have you been this week? Where have you been this week?
Our refrigerator is out of order.
Our refrigerator is out of order. Our refrigerator is out of order.
The dog was digging a hole.
The dog was digging a hole. The dog was digging a hole.
Were you at home last night?
Were you at home last night? Were you at home last night?
He explained the matter to me.
He explained the matter to me. He explained the matter to me.
He returned from Holland in June.
He returned from Holland in June. He returned from Holland in June.
I have to iron my shirt.
I have to iron my shirt. I have to iron my shirt.
I wish our classroom was air-conditioned.
I wish our classroom were air-conditioned. I wish our classroom were air-conditioned.
He cheated on the biology exam.
He cheated on the biology exam. He cheated on the biology exam.
I belong to the baseball team.
I belong to the baseball team. I belong to the baseball team.
He was married to her sister.
He was married to her sister. He was married to her sister.
He uses honey instead of sugar.
He uses honey instead of sugar. He uses honey instead of sugar.
She has flowers in her hand.
She has flowers in her hand. She has flowers in her hand.
We saw clouds above the mountain.
We saw clouds above the mountain. We saw clouds above the mountain.
All of my friends like soccer.
All of my friends like soccer. All of my friends like soccer.
She is good at speaking English.
She is good at speaking English. She is good at speaking English.
You must pay attention to him.
You must pay attention to him. You must pay attention to him.
Come to my house this afternoon.
Come to my house this afternoon. Come to my house this afternoon.
She traveled all over the world.
She traveled all over the world. She traveled all over the world.
Make a copy of this report.
Make a copy of this report. Make a copy of this report.
I haven't finished my homework yet.
I haven't finished my homework yet. I haven't finished my homework yet.
Is this your first trip abroad?
Is this your first trip abroad? Is this your first trip abroad?
My house is near the station.
My house is near the station. My house is near the station.
My sister is shorter than you.
My sister is shorter than you. My sister is shorter than you.
He got up earlier than usual.
He got up earlier than usual. He got up earlier than usual.
My car was stolen last night.
My car was stolen last night. My car was stolen last night.
How long have you known her?
How long have you known her? How long have you known her?
I'd like to see your sister.
I'd like to see your sister. I'd like to see your sister.
Time is the most precious thing.
Time is the most precious thing. Time is the most precious thing. I've met him on several occasions.
I will give it to you.
I will give it to you. I will give it to you.
Who will look after your dog?
Who will look after your dog? Who will look after your dog?
He is afraid of becoming sick.
He is afraid of becoming sick. He is afraid of becoming sick.
He wants to see us again.
He wants to see us again. He wants to see us again.
We usually have lunch at noon.
We usually have lunch at noon. We usually have lunch at noon.
The plane flew over the mountain.
The plane flew over the mountain. The plane flew over the mountain.
This box is full of books.
This box is full of books. This box is full of books.
I learned a lot from him.
I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from him.
It is likely to rain today.
It is likely to rain today. It is likely to rain today.
He is a very dangerous man.
He is very a dangerous man. He is very a dangerous man.
I'd like to have coffee.
I'd like to have a coffee. I'd like to have a coffee.
What time will dinner be served?
What time will dinner be served? What time will dinner be served?
He comes around once a week.
He comes round once a week. He comes round once a week.
The work is now in progress.
The work is now in progress. The work is now in progress.
It's up to you to decide.
It's up to you to decide. It's up to you to decide.
He knows a lot about animals.
He knows a lot about animals. He knows a lot about animals.
The supermarket opens at 10 o'clock.
The supermarket opens at 10 o'clock. The supermarket opens at 10 o'clock.
He comes back from Sydney today.
He comes back from Sydney today. He comes back from Sydney today.
We sat down face to face.
We sat down face to face. We sat down face to face.
I'm beginning to remember it.
I am beginning to remember it. I am beginning to remember it.
He is trusted by his parents.
He is trusted by his parents. He is trusted by his parents.
We are the first to arrive.
We are the first to arrive. We are the first to arrive.
I'd like to call my parents.
I'd like to call my parents. I'd like to call my parents.
Is it hard to speak English?
Is it hard to speak English? Is it hard to speak English?
What did you eat for breakfast?
What did you eat for breakfast? What did you eat for breakfast?
That bridge is anything but safe.
That bridge is anything but safe. That bridge is anything but safe.
What are you going to have?
What are you going to have? What are you going to have?
Can you come for dinner tonight?
Can you come for dinner tonight? Can you come for dinner tonight? I like to travel by myself.
He is stronger than I am.
He is stronger than I am. He is stronger than I am.
His answer is different from mine.
His answer is different from mine. His answer is different from mine.
Keep an eye on the bags.
Keep an eye on the bags. Keep an eye on the bags.
She wants to be a designer.
She wants to be a designer. She wants to be a designer.
Some boys came into the classroom.
Some boys came into the classroom. Some boys came into the classroom.
The Netherlands is a small country.
The Netherlands is a small country. The Netherlands is a small country.
That's what we want to know.
That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know.
May I go to the toilet?
May I go to the toilet? May I go to the toilet?
Tom wants to go to Japan.
Tom wants to go to Japan. Tom wants to go to Japan.
I would like to eat sushi.
I would like to eat sushi. I would like to eat sushi.
How far is it from here?
How far is it from here? How far is it from here?
Have you ever been to Africa?
Have you ever been to Africa? Have you ever been to Africa?
This problem is difficult to solve.
This problem is difficult to solve. This problem is difficult to solve.
This novel is difficult to understand.
This novel is difficult to understand. This novel is difficult to understand.
Would you lend me your pen?
Would you lend me your pen? Would you lend me your pen?
I'm sorry, I dropped my knife.
I'm sorry, I dropped my knife. I'm sorry, I dropped my knife.
Your bike is better than mine.
Your bike is better than mine. Your bike is better than mine.
She went from London to Paris.
She went from London to Paris. She went from London to Paris.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
How many books do you have?
How many books do you have? How many books do you have?
I quit smoking 2 years ago.
I quit smoking 2 years ago. I quit smoking 2 years ago.
He was sitting on a bench.
He was sitting on a bench. He was sitting on a bench.
I went to Boston by train.
I went to Boston by train. I went to Boston by train.
I want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
The dog walked across the street.
The dog walked across the street. The dog walked across the street.
Were you playing tennis yesterday morning?
Were you playing tennis yesterday morning? Were you playing tennis yesterday morning?
Where did you see the woman?
Where did you see the woman? Where did you see the woman?
I go home early every day.
I go home early every day. I go home early every day.
He is capable of teaching French.
He is capable of teaching French. He is capable of teaching French.
They greeted me with a smile.
They greeted me with a smile. They greeted me with a smile.
The school is 2 kilometers ahead.
The school is 2 kilometers ahead. The school is 2 kilometers ahead.
Tom goes to school on foot.
Tom goes to school on foot. Tom goes to school on foot.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Have you ever been to Canada? Have you ever been to Canada?
See if the gas is turned off.
See if the gas is turned off. See if the gas is turned off.
This is a little gift for you.
This is a little gift for you. This is a little gift for you.
I had hoped to save more money.
I had hoped to save more money. I had hoped to save more money.
I want to learn how to swim.
I want to learn how to swim. I want to learn how to swim.
My family goes to Italy every year.
My family goes to Italy every year. My family goes to Italy every year.
Every student has access to the library.
Every student has access to the library. Every student has access to the library.
His aim is to become a doctor.
His aim is to become a doctor. His aim is to become a doctor.
My wife is preparing dinner right now.
My wife is preparing dinner right now. My wife is preparing dinner right now.
When I came home, John was studying.
When I came home, John was studying. When I came home, John was studying.
The weather forecast is not necessarily reliable.
The weather forecast is not necessarily reliable. The weather forecast is not necessarily reliable.
Will you help me with my homework?
Will you help me with my homework? Will you help me with my homework?
It doesn't matter where he comes from.
It doesn't matter where he comes from. It doesn't matter where he comes from.
I have been studying for 2 hours.
I have been studying for 2 hours. I have been studying for 2 hours.
There is an orange on the table.
There is an orange on the table. There is an orange on the table.
He ran as fast as he could.
He ran as fast as he could. He ran as fast as he could.
I'm tied up at the office.
I am tied up at the office. I am tied up at the office.
I asked him to start at once.
I asked him to start at once. I asked him to start at once.
I'll be with you in a second.
I'll be with you in a second. I'll be with you in a second.
I don't know if she will come.
I don't know if she will come. I don't know if she will come.
May I go to the movies tonight?
May I go to the movies tonight? May I go to the movies tonight?
The boy tried moving the heavy sofa.
The boy tried moving the heavy sofa. The boy tried moving the heavy sofa.
My idea is quite different from yours.
My idea is quite different from yours. My idea is quite different from yours.
My father made me wash the car.
My father made me wash the car. My father made me wash the car.
Every door in the house is locked.
Every door in the house is locked. Every door in the house is locked.
Would you please write your name here?
Would you please write your name here? Would you please write your name here?
He's 2 years older than Mary is.
He's 2 years older than Mary is. He's 2 years older than Mary is.
I'd like to see the doctor soon.
I'd like to see the doctor soon. I'd like to see the doctor soon.
My dream is to be a firefighter.
My dream is to be a firefighter. My dream is to be a firefighter.
We arrived at the office on time.
We arrived at the office on time. We arrived at the office on time.
Where is the entrance to the museum?
Where is the entrance to the museum? Where is the entrance to the museum?
He doesn't seem to be an American.
He doesn't seem to be an American. He doesn't seem to be an American.
Do it right now, before you forget.
Do it right now, before you forget. Do it right now, before you forget.
Did you call your friend in Canada?
Did you call your friend in Canada? Did you call your friend in Canada?
I met nobody on my way home.
I met nobody on my way home. I met nobody on my way home.
One of these two answers is right.
One of these two answers is right. One of these two answers is right.
He seemed to have been very happy.
He seemed to have been very happy. He seemed to have been very happy.
Do you know how to play chess?
Do you know how to play chess? Do you know how to play chess?
I have many friends in foreign countries.
I have many friends in foreign countries. I have many friends in foreign countries.
It is very cold today, isn't it?
It is very cold today, isn't it? It is very cold today, isn't it?
I don't like to speak in public.
I don't like to speak in public. I don't like to speak in public.
He gave up smoking 2 years ago.
He gave up smoking 2 years ago. He gave up smoking 2 years ago.
What is the name of that river?
What is the name of that river? What is the name of that river?
Ask him where he parked his car.
Ask him where he parked his car. Ask him where he parked his car.
You and I have something in common.
You and I have something in common. You and I have something in common.
I will introduce her husband to you.
I will introduce her husband to you. I will introduce her husband to you.
The airplane soon went out of sight.
The airplane soon went out of sight. The airplane soon went out of sight.
I object to her going there alone.
I object to her going there alone. I object to her going there alone.
Tom was sick in bed last Sunday.
Tom was sick in bed last Sunday. Tom was sick in bed last Sunday.
Ask him when the next plane leaves.
Ask him when the next plane leaves. Ask him when the next plane leaves.
It was a great shock to me.
It was a great shock to me. It was a great shock to me.
These products are selling like hotcakes.
These products are selling like hotcakes. These products are selling like hotcakes.
We would like to stay here tonight.
We would like to stay here tonight. We would like to stay here tonight.
I listen to the radio every night.
I listen to the radio every night. I listen to the radio every night.
He went to a fruit store first.
He went to a fruit store first. He went to a fruit store first.
He asked her if she knew him.
He asked her if she knew him. He asked her if she knew him.
Wouldn't you like another glass of beer?
Wouldn't you like another glass of beer? Wouldn't you like another glass of beer?
Would you like me to help you?
Would you like me to help you? Would you like me to help you?
My father insisted that we should go.
My father insisted that we should go. My father insisted that we should go.
She follows her brother wherever he goes.
She follows her brother wherever he goes. She follows her brother wherever he goes.
He is the captain of our team.
He is the captain of the team. He is the captain of the team.
She told me she knew my brother.
She told me she knew my brother. She told me she knew my brother.
Will you please call me this evening?
Will you please call me this evening? Will you please call me this evening?
I hope my dream will come true.
I hope my dream will come true. I hope my dream will come true.
Does this bus go to the beach?
Does this bus go to the beach? Does this bus go to the beach?
We have few opportunities to speak German.
We have few opportunities to speak German. We have few opportunities to speak German.
I didn't take part in the conversation.
I didn't take part in the conversation. I didn't take part in the conversation.
How long did they live in England?
How long did they live in England? How long did they live in England?
Did you hear someone ring the doorbell?
Did you hear someone ring the doorbell? Did you hear someone ring the doorbell?
This song is very popular in Japan.
This song is very popular in Japan. This song is very popular in Japan.
I must return home within a week.
I must return home within a week. I must return home within a week.
It's a pity that you can't come.
It's a pity that you can't come. It's a pity that you can't come.
I shouldn't have gotten up so early.
I shouldn't have gotten up so early. I shouldn't have gotten up so early.
What do you usually do on Sundays?
What do you usually do on Sundays? What do you usually do on Sundays?
Talking in the library is not allowed.
Talking in the library is not allowed. Talking in the library is not allowed.
Which do you prefer, apples or bananas?
Which do you prefer, apples or bananas? Which do you prefer, apples or bananas?
Will you show me your photo album?
Will you show me your photo album? Will you show me your photo album?
The girl's eyes were filled with tears.
The girl's eyes were filled with tears. The girl's eyes were filled with tears.
I got acquainted with her in France.
I got acquainted with her in France. I got acquainted with her in France.
I just arrived in time for the plane.
I arrived just in time for the plane. I arrived just in time for the plane.
She stayed at the hotel for several days.
She stayed at the hotel for several days. She stayed at the hotel for several days.
We have had plenty of snow this year.
We have had plenty of snow this year. We have had plenty of snow this year.
I would like to go fishing if possible.
I would like to go fishing if possible. I would like to go fishing if possible.
The man robbed him of all his money.
The man robbed him of all his money. The man robbed him of all his money.
Our children like dogs, but I prefer cats.
Our children like dogs, but I prefer cats. Our children like dogs, but I prefer cats.
It's a long way from here to school.
It's a long way from here to school. It's a long way from here to school.
How did you come to know each other?
How did you come to know each other? How did you come to know each other?
This room doesn't get a lot of sun.
This room doesn't get a lot of sun. This room doesn't get a lot of sun.
I went for a walk in the park.
I went for a walk in the park. I went for a walk in the park.
I raised my hand to ask a question.
I raised my hand to ask a question. I raised my hand to ask a question.
She is carrying a backpack on her back.
She is carrying a backpack on her back. She is carrying a backpack on her back.
I have an appointment with him at 6.
I have an appointment with him at 6. I have an appointment with him at 6.
Few people can speak a foreign language perfectly.
Few people can speak a foreign language perfectly. Few people can speak a foreign language perfectly.
I fell asleep before my father came home.
I fell asleep before my father came home. I fell asleep before my father came home.
You can go to the station by bus.
You can go to the station by bus. You can go to the station by bus.
There are many words that I don't understand.
There are many words that I don't understand. There are many words that I don't understand.
Winter in New York can be very cold.
Winter in New York can be very cold. Winter in New York can be very cold.
It's unusual for him to get up early.
It's unusual for him to get up early. It's unusual for him to get up early.
It seems to me that he is honest.
It seems to me that he is honest. It seems to me that he is honest.
I visited the village where he was born.
I visited the village where he was born. I visited the village where he was born.
The shop was closed when I went there.
The shop was closed when I went there. The shop was closed when I went there.
Tom is eager to buy a new car.
Tom is eager to buy a new car. Tom is eager to buy a new car.
I don't feel like eating out this evening.
I don't feel like eating out this evening. I don't feel like eating out this evening.
I will be back at 6:30.
I will be back at 6:30. I will be back at 6:30.
Can you pick me up at the station?
Can you pick me up at the station? Can you pick me up at the station?
I will be here from Monday to Thursday.
I will be here from Monday to Thursday. I will be here from Monday to Thursday.
I have no money to buy the dictionary.
I have no money to buy the dictionary. I have no money to buy the dictionary.
I must visit my friend in the hospital.
I must visit my friend in the hospital. I must visit my friend in the hospital.
He promised to come, but he didn't come.
He promised to come, but he didn't come. He promised to come, but he didn't come.
You have a little fever today, don't you?
You have a little fever today, don't you? You have a little fever today, don't you?
I would like you to come with me.
I would like you to come with me. I would like you to come with me.
I hope that you will get well soon.
I hope that you will get well soon. I hope that you will get well soon.
I persuaded him to take part in it.
I persuaded him to take part in it. I persuaded him to take part in it.
I want to go to America someday.
I want to go to America someday. I want to go to America someday.
I waited for her for a long time.
I waited for her for a long time. I waited for her for a long time.
You have made the very same mistake again.
You have made the very same mistake again. You have made the very same mistake again.
They have English lessons 3 times a week.
They have English lessons 3 times a week. They have English lessons 3 times a week.
That kind of dress is now in fashion.
That kind of dress is now in fashion. That kind of dress is now in fashion.
I wish I could fly like a bird.
I wish I could fly like a bird. I wish I could fly like a bird.
He is said to be a good doctor.
He is said to be a good doctor. He is said to be a good doctor.
They went to the zoo by bus yesterday.
They went to the zoo by bus yesterday. They went to the zoo by bus yesterday.
My sister takes piano lessons twice a week.
My sister takes piano lessons twice a week. My sister takes piano lessons twice a week.
Our teacher speaks French as well as English.
Our teacher speaks French as well as English. Our teacher speaks French as well as English.
I have a black and a white dog.
I have a black and white dog. I have a black and white dog.
What is the difference between A and B?
What is the difference between A and B? What is the difference between A and B?
Do you mind if I open the window?
Do you mind if I open the window? Do you mind if I open the window?
He does not know English, much less French.
He does not know English, much less French. He does not know English, much less French.
You will never realize what I went through.
You will never realize what I went through. You will never realize what I went through.
Due to bad weather, the plane was late.
Due to bad weather, the plane was late. Due to bad weather, the plane was late.
I'd like to see you again next week.
I'd like to see you again next week. I'd like to see you again next week.
My brother was killed in a traffic accident.
My brother was killed in a traffic accident. My brother was killed in a traffic accident.
She kept him waiting for a long time.
She kept him waiting for a long time. She kept him waiting for a long time.
By the way, are you free this afternoon?
By the way, are you free this afternoon? By the way, are you free this afternoon?
She has a daughter who is a pianist.
She has a daughter who is a pianist. She has a daughter who is a pianist.
There is no meat left in the fridge.
There is no meat left in the fridge. There is no meat left in the fridge.
I fell in love with her at first sight.
I fell in love with her at first sight. I fell in love with her at first sight.
They have lived in this town for 10 years.
They have lived in this town for 10 years. They have lived in this town for 10 years.
How long is he going to stay in Japan?
How long is he going to stay in Japan? How long is he going to stay in Japan?
I hurried in order to catch the first train.
I hurried in order to catch the first train. I hurried in order to catch the first train.
Stay home so that you can answer the phone.
Stay home so that you can answer the phone. Stay home so that you can answer the phone.
I want a tie to go with this suit.
I want a tie to go with this suit. I want a tie to go with this suit.
This shirt is too small for me to wear.
This shirt is too small for me to wear. This shirt is too small for me to wear.
I had all my clothes washed by my mother.
I had all my clothes washed by my mother. I had all my clothes washed by my mother.
He still writes me from time to time.
He still writes to me from time to time. He still writes to me from time to time.
I can't check my mail because the server is down.
I can't check my mail because the server is down. I can't check my mail because the server is down.
My mother is 2 years younger than my father.
My mother is 2 years younger than my father. My mother is 2 years younger than my father.
My uncle made me what I am today.
My uncle has made me what I am today. My uncle has made me what I am today.
She has been absent from school for 5 days.
She has been absent from school for 5 days. She has been absent from school for 5 days.
The meeting, in short, was a waste of time.
The meeting, in short, was a waste of time. The meeting, in short, was a waste of time.
Could you bring me a pillow and blanket, please?
Could you bring me a pillow and blanket, please? Could you bring me a pillow and blanket, please?
I don't know whether to turn left or right.
I don't know whether to turn left or right. I don't know whether to turn left or right.
It was so dark that they could hardly see.
It was so dark that they could hardly see. It was so dark that they could hardly see.
This is the biggest cat that I've ever seen.
This is the biggest cat that I've ever seen. This is the biggest cat that I've ever seen.